Hi everyone, my name is Arindam Sharma, and you're about to watch the very first The Evening Show. But let me introduce you to all the crew members behind the set who made the show possible. But before that, let me answer a very basic question I think all of you have. Arindam, why? Glad you asked. 2 reasons. Number 1, why not? We are all stuck at home in quarantine, and I have all these creative ideas in my mind, and I needed an outlet. I really can't go out, so the outlet is in home. So we're stuck in home, but except I have all my equipment, which I've been able to amass over the years with my hard work, yes. So I did it. Reason number 2. I've always wanted to be invited to a talk show, but I think even if there's a successful vaccine created in the future, there might be another pandemic which makes everyone who are invited to talk shows do it through video conferencing, which is okay for those who've actually been to the studios with live audience, but not for me, not for my debut as a guest on a talk show host. So I thought I'll take matters into my own hands like I did with the movie. So you must be asking, why did I even think that I would be invited to a talk show? Well, I'm talking about the distant future now, okay? The distant future. So I'm thinking I usually take matters into my own hands. I don't wait for a producer to give me money. After college was done, I started working in a call center. I did a business. That didn't make a lot of money, but it did a little bit. But then I came to back to Guwahati, and I started going in city buses here and there, and I became thin like this, and people thought, oh, this guy must do a lot of ganja. No, I was just not having enough time to even eat properly. And I did manage to get a little money here, a little money there, and I've managed to get all these things, and I made the movie happen. But you'll know more of that later. For now, all you need to know is that I'm talking about the future. Let's say I made more movies, not just the first one, the second, third, fourth, and I made more songs, more music albums, not just the 5 songs that you see on YouTube, those Vivo videos. And then someday, maybe, just maybe in the future, I might be invited to a talk show, right? But that might have to be in another pandemic where I'd have to do it through video conferencing. Not for me. I want it done in the proper way with a live audience and everything. In this case, the live audience, you'll know who they are, but it's going to be funny. But before I do that, like I said, I would like to introduce you to all the crew members who made this show possible. So here they are. And finally, me, yours truly, who will introduce you to the host of the very first The Evening Show in 3, 2, 1. Please sit down. Welcome to the very first show, The Evening Show, with me, Arindam Sharma. Now, take a look at this yellow thing I've created. Now, this is not a sphere, so this isn't a ball. This is a prolate spheroid, this shape, right? Just like that is what they call the American football, which is actually rugby, wearing pads and helmet. Like they've all been in an accident, but they still have a will to play. But seriously, Americans calling rugby is like the equivalent of calling the actual sport of football prolate spheroid hand prolate spheroid. But seriously though, I do know that we should all respect all sports, and yes, it is a good game. And I know that one American rugby player who is very famous is Manning Payton, but that's about the only name I know. And but you guys had it coming. I mean, if I've offended any American watching this, you really had it coming. With all those curry jokes over the years, you can take one from us. I mean, you guys call Indian curries as a natural laxative. I mean, yes, I've had my fair share of excessive spicy food that led to straight to the bathroom, but that's only sometimes. I mean, if you lived here and you grew up with all the palates in India, you would be pretty much able to take any Indian food. But here's the thing. I do really like Marathi food. See, माझं घर दोन आहे इंडियामध्ये. एकच आहे आसाम, दोन आहे Maharashtra. So please do not get offended, Marathi people. Okay? But here's the thing. It's like when Marathi people were first making a dish, and let's say the whole world was watching, okay, and they were like, oh, we'll add this spice. Now let's try and add this spice. And the whole world was like, yes, that's good. Keep going. And they were like, yeah. Now this one. Oh, that's even better. What else are you going to do? Yeah, you guys like it? All right, now they take a bucket of red chili powder and they throw it in there. You guys were doing so good. Right until that bucket. But seriously, I know everyone gets offended nowadays. Please do not get offended. I only make fun of things and people that I like. Okay? And Marathi food itself is amazing taste. Here's how I know that. Because I made one of my friends there in Maharashtra. I said that all these dishes are really good. Could you probably make something for me without the red chili powder? And he did. And you know what? It is amazing. It is truly amazing. The taste is just amazing. But when they add that red chili powder, we can't take it, like us Assamese people especially, because here's the difference between Assamese food and Marathi food. Assamese food gives you the option of hotness by giving you red chilies from the hottest bhut jolokias to the minimum tiny green chilies on the side in a different plate. Whereas they give it beforehand, like, okay, you deal with it now. Yep. You like it or not, deal with it. And that's the difference. But I get it now. If people grew up having that, they would obviously like it. I mean, they have a dish called misal pav, which is accurately named, right? Missile pav, I think. Because when you eat it, it's like they fired Agni 2 or Brahmos in your mouth. But the taste itself is really good, because when I came back from there and I tried these dishes at home without the red chili powder, the taste is amazing. And even there, not everyone makes it that hot. I'm just exaggerating because this is a funny show. I'm a funny man. Now I know usually you guys laugh at me, but today you can laugh with me. So I texted this to my sister, okay? Because, who else will I text? I'm single. Ladies. So basically, I texted this to my sister, and she laughed. She said, yeah, this is kind of funny. You can put this in your show. And but here's the thing, she wrote LOL. I mean, here's the thing about text messages nowadays that I don't get, LOL for everything. I mean, laugh out loud. Really? I mean, sometimes things are just hee. That's just one letter extra. I mean, you can't write one letter extra by writing hee. I mean, some things are just that's funny. Everything is in ha. No, I don't get that. Lol. Crazy things, right? Like things that you can't really say. Like, imagine me going up to a chick and saying, I started following you on Instagram yesterday. She'd be like, Instagram? Look, buddy, I go to a lot of cafes after college. I don't know which cafe is Instagram, but you better stop following me or I'm calling the cops. Many different things have come up nowadays, right? Like selfies. Like someone decided that it is okay to click a picture from here. And it is. Yeah. I mean, if you want to look like you have a face like this, you know, it's not natural. I mean, why won't you just click from here? It's still fine. I mean, we'll figure it out if you're just going to keep clicking from here. I mean, soon enough, there's people just clicking everything from here. I mean, like, we want to see what's in the background, you know, but all you see is the floor. I mean, apparently the floor was really good, probably. I mean, it was some sort of mosaic or something. I mean, like, pretty soon people will be like, you know, uncle, could you take a photo of us with my family, please? And yes, yeah, where's your family? We'll be going downstairs. You can click it from here. I'm eating this chili, you know, from this hot dish. Can you take a picture? Can you see the chili in my hand? Right. Speaking of chilies, I've seen people make videos of watching other people eat stuff, watching other people do stuff, people watching other people watching other people watching other people watching doing something. I mean, okay, maybe that was an exaggeration, but seriously, what's that about? I mean, like, if you want to watch something, why won't you just watch it? I mean, why do you need the validation of someone else who is watching it? I mean, I don't get that, you know? Reaction videos. Seriously? The internet. It's crazy, isn't it? I like those things they call memes. I mean, they're basically just lines. They go to paintbrush, they make a black box, and then in the middle they have to write something. I love it, by the way, okay? Some of those lines just crack me up. I save those pictures and I'm like, when I see it later and I'm still laughing, okay? Most of them are good, okay? I'm not, so if anyone does a lot of memes, I mean, continue. You are good to just have a good time in these days. But there are some 10% of those, right? The 10 to 20% of those memes, which are like, who made these? Like, I'm just exaggerating it right now to make a point. Like, some of them are like some silly things, like, you know, like things that we all know, but we don't say it, you know, we don't make a point of writing it in a black box. I mean, you know, like the feeling you get when you drink water when you're really thirsty. And I'm like, oh shit, you too? I thought I was the only one. Someone else feels like that. I feel great too when I drink water when I'm thirsty. Oh shit. But then if you write it in a black box and it's written in white, it's a fact. It must be a fact now. It's a fact of life and we live by it. But seriously though, those memes are really good and most of them are really good. Now I read the newspaper every day, every morning, and right at the end, right before the, I think the business section, right before the international, right after the business section, on the page adjacent to that, there's a small section of horoscopes, right? Like, if you're a Capricorn, if you're this, that, and everything is like right there, right? But here's my problem with that, you know. I don't always read it, but when I do read it, you know, it's always written like, you know, you will have a great day with your wife and children. I'm like, why would you assume that I even have a girlfriend, dude? I'm like single. Shit. That's the part I don't like. Telling you, man. Yeah. Talking about wishful thinking. You know how you wish that sometimes when someone keeps you in charge of a baby and the mother is away and like it just starts crying and you feel like that, oh shit, the minute the mother comes back, she will accuse you of, you know, I don't know, some pedophilic shit. I don't know what, like, you know, like, I didn't do shit, dude, just stop crying. Like, baby, what do you want? What do you want? And then it just stops crying in between. It gives you hope. But it doesn't really. It's like, it'll be like, however babies cry. Like it stops, and then it just cries again. I exaggerated that, but it doesn't like say hi to someone and like be like, "Hum theek hai aapke." It doesn't do that shit, but it does stop for a while, right? I mean, and then it just goes again. Talk about giving false hope. Now, have you watched those E-News or something that used to be there in the TV long time back? Anyways, like, you know, when the people are walking on the red carpet, here's the stupid part I don't like, you know. They ask, who are you wearing? Like, I get it what they mean, like, you know, which designer designed your clothes, right? I mean, but it's like, I think the only time that someone should ask someone, who are you wearing, is a guy in a bedroom. I mean, the guy will be like, well, the entire of me is not wearing her, but John Malkovich. I like everyone has a unique way of giving line delivery, and don't get me wrong, John Malkovich is a great director, actor, and everything, but here's his unique way that actually works. But it's like if he was to be put in, if John Malkovich was to be put in front of the camera and a news teleprompter, then he would be reading the news like, you know, the people came to the bus and then it just tried to blow up the bus, and just when it was about to blow up, and I'll be like, dude, this is a news channel, you just hurry it along, I have to go somewhere, like, you know. But anyways, he's a great director, he's a great actor. Speaking of great directors, anyways, folks, this wraps up my idiotic jokes segment. And now, I have two special guests today. One will be, well, the first one I won't say who it is. He'll be here shortly. And the second guest will be my friend Gaurav. And he and I played a song together. And he'll be performing for us today. And then we will show you the little segment of my movie today. A few segments which will be released by the end of this year. And also I would like to introduce you to the album that I've already released, Southern Lady album with 5 songs. So stay tuned.
Are you tired of cleaning your household equipment with the same old cloth? Well, worry no more. Introducing the all-new Purana Phota Genzi. Experience the all-new way of cleaning clothes with the Purana Phota Genzi.
Welcome back, folks. We are here with Arindam, and Arindam, how are you?
You know.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the show, by the way. You're doing a good job.
Thank you so much. I'm trying.
Good.
So in January of 2020, you finished filming and editing Homeboys. You did everything. Why not name the studio One Man Army Production?
Funny thing is that actually I did think of naming the studio One Man Army Production in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, because basically I wrote the story, then I turned it into a script, and then what I did was that I didn't go to a film school, so I learned how to make a movie. I watched from black and white till today everything, all movies, and mostly from all languages and everything. So I basically got the idea of what I'm trying to create for a first movie. So I didn't make the story very, I won't give all my film secrets away, but basically, yeah, I kept the story neat and simple, but it is an action, adventure, comedy, romance, a little bit of suspense movie. So all the good elements are there, but it's a well put together story that I wrote and scripted it out, and then I started shooting it. I got my camera. I had to buy like not very expensive cameras. Like first I started using my sister's DSLR that she had, and then I tried to put different sort of lenses attached to it, all manual lenses, because I have to tell you, like I really love manual lens and the effect of reel, basically 16mm reel. I don't like 8mm, it is too grainy. 35mm and above medium formats are too large for me. I mean, nobody wants to like zoom in and see a pimple of in a movie, right? A movie and a documentary are different, I believe. So the dreamy, creamy reel effect of a movie, which is what I like, which I consider is the 16mm reel, basically. So I tried to replicate that as much as possible with the combination of different lenses put together, and then the last parts I had to like manually make it, like open it and put it in a, what you call PVC pipes, and I had to put it together, then black taped it to look like a proper lens, and then I had to put it together. So I had to keep actually shifting the lens because there was no mechanism to actually do the focusing, right? So the focus would be set at one point, and that's how much like flange distance from the sensor to the lens would be there, and then I would cover it up with a cloth. So it was hard work. Basically, if I have a producer in the future, then yes, the work would be much smoother. I would be able to buy those actual lenses that I'm trying to create, like, you know, to make the movie. I would actually be able to buy those expensive lenses, but those are only, you can take it for rental, because those lenses cost 30 lakhs. So for me to make the entire film in less than 2.5 lakhs is nothing short of a miracle. Why? Because every department is me, right? From editing to set management, set design, costumes, director of photography, then acting myself. Then basically I would hire like people to just handle my camera, like, you know. So that's why some of the footages of me myself are a little shaky, or it would be out of focus. Although the people who worked in the movie are really good, they are good cameramen. But none of them did like professional video for movies, because I couldn't afford those guys. So I had to take people who made videos for like worked in small music video productions in Assam itself, and wedding videos. So I just made them understand my camera. It took a while because it was all manual for them. Like usually people use a DSLR or small cameras nowadays with automatic everything, which don't need any stabilization, and there are stabilization rigs and all that they hold. But me, old school, I made the huge dolly track system. Like part of the crane I made myself, because the whole camera is huge with all those lenses. So to stabilize such a thing, you need like old school work, which I like prefer, basically. So the work was hard. It took time, but I made the movie happen. I ran around in the set myself, even while shooting the Kargil war scene, which is a small scene. Basically, an uncle of ours who we visit on the way to the actual destination, me and Dave in the movie, who's played by Anurag. So he tells us a story about Kargil. So, and then when he's telling the story, I thought, like, let me shoot the story, and the narration will be on top with the sound effects of that. So I had to make bombs. I had to learn how to make bombs, and this, which I did a lot of back in this. My neighbors will complain, but how I used to make a lot of bombs and all that long back with petrol and everything, and then how they would explode. I had to test a lot of different types, and then I got different what you call costumes for that, and then different guns, and how they would. I asked a guy in Assam itself who worked with Zubin Garg's movie Mission China, and then he had all those blank firing guns, but he charged a lot. Like he charged 3,000 rupees for like just the rental, and he charged like those bullets, which are like actually pretty cheap, like, but he got them imported here. So when he gives them out, he charges $300 for one bullet. So these are out of budget for me. Okay, so I had to make it happen with my budget, like including this set. It looks expensive, but when you use a little bit of this, you can make it happen, right? So like so that's what I did. So I had practice of doing all these fireworks. So all the things that I learned from childhood, like when I used to not study, I used all that intellect and ideas and put it together in this movie to make it look like a very high budget, like Hollywood blockbuster hit movie, or something from Bombay or something like that. But it's actually made in a small budget. So, and everything done by me. I became thin like this, only after the movie when I had to sit at home and do the editing, manual color grading. I don't use any filters, LUTs or any of that people use with automatic lenses, automatic filters. I do everything manual, even the color grading, sound design, everything. It's hard work basically. So I wanted to name the studio One Man Army Production, as you said, but
you had to name it Arindam.
You want to get fired on your first episode, buddy?
Sorry.
I'm kidding. You're doing a sensational job. Seriously, you're doing a good job. You must be tired by now, right? I mean, you've done a good stand-up comedy bit today. I mean, why don't you sit down? I mean, the next guest, I will sit there in your spot. From the next show, you can always sit. All right, you will do. I won't come, but just for today, I want to try it out.
I'm tired.
How about I sit there, and you can just take a break, and I will interview our next guest.
Absolutely.
Right.
All right. Well, so you have some footages for the movie for us?
Yes, I do have footage that I would like to show. But I would like to remind everyone that the sound work has not been finished because of the pandemic that came about suddenly. So the sound, I will just put a song, one of my songs, which is not someone else's song. All the 5 songs are mine. So I'll just put one of the songs there, and you can see the video and see if you like the movie or not. Okay. So
all right. So here's Homeboys, ladies and gentlemen. The footage is for the movie.
Feel the same again, standing on ground zero, missing all the action happening around, 'cause all we do is scroll our cell phones. Let's go into time machine. Won't change a thing to keep your present sane. At least this brain would see those days again. What combination shades of heaven? If a shade is this, imagine heaven. Imagine combination, shades of heaven. Heaven, imagine heaven. Encyclopedias and comic books, playing BB guns and cycling late, hiking forests by the city, climbing top and seeing the sunset. The first time I saw you, I knew I saw an angel, dressed like a diva, but she talked like a lady. Please be my baby, I'm so crazy. You blew everything in my mind, which you couldn't explain in a lifetime. I started noticing everything you say is pleasing me, easing me and teasing me, which tells me a lot about your day today. I ain't no rapper, but I made this track for you, cause you like hip-hop, hip-hop, hop. Can't find a better line, so hip-hop, hip-hop, hop. I ain't no rapper, but I made this track for you, cause you like hip-hop, hip-hop, hop. Can't find a better line, so hip-hop, hip-hop, hop. I ain't no rapper, so let me do the things that I knew. La la, you know I got a thing for you. I know you kinda feel it too. La la, you know I got a thing for you. I know you kinda feel it too. Don't worry, let me go in time machine. Won't do a thing to change your day today. Just talk a day or two with this brain. What combination, shades of heaven. If a shade is this, imagine heaven. Heaven, imagine heaven. Looking back now, a distant memory, a place I used to love the most. Baby, you've been gone for far too long. I've been searching for so long. I need something to hold on, yeah. My door is always open, come in long, no. But go if you don't look back. Don't come back, 'cause I'm already gone from place of yesteryears, from brighter Sundays with you. Baby, you've been gone for far too long. I've been searching for so long. Need something to hold on.
Yeah. Hey, hang on. একদম সিনেমা লাগিছে বে.
Right. All right. Welcome back, folks. We are here with Arindam, and on March of 30th, 2020, he released his first music video album, Southern Lady. As you can see, you can find the music videos on YouTube, and also buy them and listen to them on all the major music stores and apps. Plus, he clicked this picture himself by putting his camera on timer. So, it's a good work. Yeah? So, you click this picture at home, so pretty impressive. So, Arindam, talk to me about music.
Music, what to say? I mean, like music, I listen to, I think, all the... all genres basically. I listen to old school Assamese music, South Indian music, mainstream Bollywood music, and indie songs, everything. I like I just don't want to name anyone right now, because like then you'll be like, oh, okay, that's his influence. So no, like even Blackpink, that South Korean band, like the all girl band with like what's that? So basically my point is like all genres, okay, like electronic, rap, punk, everything. I mostly play classic rock myself. Even this album is classic rock, but then I listen to every genre. To be able to create something, I think you need to, just like movies. I mean, because my movies of a certain genre, but it doesn't mean that I only watch those movies, right? So just like that with the music, you have to listen to, I think, every kind of music, appreciate it, everything that is good basically, and then you come up with something of your own original. That's what I think. So yeah, this is like that.
Well, good work so far, I mean.
Thank you.
You play any sports, Arindam?
Sports. See, I always knew that my career was not in sports, right? So I didn't stick to any particular sport and try to get more like stuff in that, like win or something, medals, lots of medals. And I mean, I did swim in competitions. I did played lawn tennis. I played table tennis. But table tennis, everyone I think plays internationally what they would call ping pong. And what else did I play? Well, I'm just naming the ones I'm good at. I did play other sports like cricket, volleyball, basketball, but these sports, I what's the word for that? I sucked. Like I did good batting, average fielding. My Mahi had this Nokia phone back then, right? With a video record and pause option. So what happened was that I just saw the phone. The video quality was VGA quality, okay, so it wasn't good. Basically, when I saw that there was an option for record and pause, it was revolutionary for me. I mean, I started making short films here and there. Of course, Mahi came and then she went away, right? So when I had the phone, I would just start making short films in that. Then my laptop came, and then not my laptop, it was my sister's laptop. So there was a video option there. So I was like, whoa, another revolutionary thing for me, right? So I used to make short films with that. And then later on, I think me and a school friend of mine, Dhruva, so we had this, I got this basically handycam, and then he introduced me to Movie Maker in Windows Movie Maker.
Right.
So back then for me, Vegas was Vegas, Las Vegas. Sony was Sony. I had no idea about an awesome software called Sony Vegas Pro, which I currently use for the movie.
Right.
So back then, he introduced me to PowerPoint. PowerPoint I knew, so that kind of tipped me over, like, okay, there's something in editing there. And then Microsoft, or not Microsoft, Mixcraft audio recording software there was. So in that I learned how to record music on my own, but I actually started recording a long time back before that.
Right.
Yeah, back then, remember, we had cassettes, right? So cassettes were there was a deck with two cassettes, right? So, and then you can record in one and while you are playing in the other. And that was revolutionary for me. That was in class 7. So what I did was that I would put that recorder there, and there would be a mic there itself, okay, or you can jack something cable to it. So I would jack up the guitar once, record that, rewind it, put it in the other deck, and then I would play that, and then I would record another bass, the bass guitar. And the bass guitar came at class 9. So then we added bass. Before that, I just had the acoustic guitar and singing. So when the bass came, it was good. Like now I had a bass, a guitar, and the drum I didn't have. And neither did I know about all those loops and whatnot back then. So I just made drums with all the dishes and everything at home, with buckets turned upside down. And then I would sing, harmonize. So with cassettes, I still have those cassettes, by the way. So that's when recording of music came. And then Mixcraft in laptop, and actually it was a desktop with a large white boxes. So that's when I started recording. But of course, this song I didn't have time to do that myself. I could have, but I did it in Lucid Recess Studio, which is a good studio. Well, that's kind of all I got right now.
I think I just asked you if you played any sports.
Yeah. Well, you gave me such a great opportunity to come and talk in a talk show. I mean, like, I don't know if you know this, but I always wanted to be invited to a talk show.
Really?
So now that I got the chance, I wasn't gonna sit quietly. I just had to tell people about how it all started, so that everything is organic to people. Like, okay, this is how it all started. Now we are excited to see the movie, which is my idea, basically, of the show.
I am.
Which is why I hired you. So you better do a good job even when you're interviewing other people other than me and our next guest. And
absolutely,
I hope there are more people who come to sit here and talk to you, because it did take some time to think about this. I have to thank the lockdown, because without that I wouldn't have come up with the show. First of all,
right.
It's not a great thing, but let's hope it works. But you're doing a good job, so kudos.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for being here.
All right. It was nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you as well. Well, folks, that was Arindam. And I'm sorry about that long and winding interview. I asked him a few questions. He answered them in this way. But it got me sleepy in between. Well, at least now we know why he's single. Well, we're going to take one last commercial break to sell my products before I bring in our next guest. And there will be a treat for you at the end. So you stay tuned.
Is your Purana Phota Genzi not sufficient to clean the entire house? Don't worry. Introducing the all-new Purana Phota Genzi with Purana Phota Zangya. Experience the supreme way of cleaning with a discounted rate. Try the new experience. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Well, welcome Gaurav to the show.
Thank you, Arindam, for having me today.
You're very welcome, and thank you for being here in such a time in this pandemic. I mean, I know it mustn't have been easy, but
Yeah, it was not.
all right. So we have a picture of you here. Can you tell us something about this picture?
Yeah, this picture was taken back in when I was in school. I don't remember the year.
All right. So this was when you were still swimming, but not in Assam, or was this in Assam?
No, this is not in Assam. It was outside.
All right.
Somewhere in Bangalore, I guess.
All right. So you really swam a lot, basically. Like, you were a good swimmer. Like, you were an Assam champ. I mean, after all.
I don't know I was good or not, but yeah, I swam a lot.
Well, that's a very humble answer from Gaurav right there. All right. So I've been hearing this song far too long that you guys came up with. So what I want to know is that how did you guys come up with that song? Like,
One evening, not actually evening, time between noon and evening.
all right.
I was sitting at Arindam's place playing my guitar, and he was having his lunch as usual in his boxers. So I was playing something and he stopped and he was like, "Bro, I like it." I was like, "Okay."
All right.
Then he immediately went off, finished his meal and came back and he was like, play this. And I started playing again. He started humming along with it. It was pretty nice. And next morning he gave me a call. He said, "Come over." I said, "Okay." I went. Lyrics was ready. He said, "I made something." I read it. Pretty nice. So I wanted to jam along with the lyrics. So I started playing. He started singing. It sounded pretty nice. And that's how the song was made.
Nice. That sounds pretty good. And I'm just going to say one thing here, because I've known Arindam for a long time here. I mean, so basically, I think this very important part about this song that we have to understand is that when you guys actually made the song that day, that fateful day, on 10th January 2018, he was having not just lunch but Bordia Tenganza. Am I right?
Yeah.
It is an important part.
Yeah, I remember the day in details. Yeah, he was having...
The influences come from various places.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, so now I think I've heard two versions of this.
Yeah.
One is the part of the Southern Lady album of Arindam with the 5 songs.
Yeah.
And one is the acoustic version. So what genre would you say this falls under?
It's kind of blues, but not exactly blues. Just some elements of blues are in it.
Right.
Just to give it the bluesy feel in the middle of the song.
Right.
Rest is just normal chords.
Normal chords, okay. Right. Well, since you've brought the guitar here today, I will like to call Arindam back into the studio, and then would you guys play Far Too Long for us, the acoustic version for us, right here in the studio?
Yeah, why not?
Wonderful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Far Too Long by Gaurav Chaudhary and Arindam Sharma. Stay tuned.
Yeah, my door is always open, coming on, go, but go with you. Don't look back, don't come back, 'cause I'm already gone from place of yesteryears, from brighter Sundays with you. Looking back now, a distant memory, a place I used to love the most. Baby, you've been gone for far too long, and I've been searching for so long. Need something to hold